Yo, it's JP here. Hey, how bad do you guys want your goals? Like, literally. Guys, when I worked my warehouse job, Monday to Friday, 40 hours a week, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., right? Yo, I was getting up at 2:45 a.m. in the morning, working out before work at 6 a.m. I would go to sleep around 7, 8 a.m. Sorry, I would go to sleep around 7 to 8 p.m. around that time, right? I would get 6 to 8 hours of sleep. And I would wake up at 2:45 a.m. in the morning to work out before work and meal prep for at work. Like, guys, how bad do you want your goals? Like, seriously, y'all. A lot of people work 9 to 5 jobs, 40, 50, whatever hours, right? And they say or act like they don't have enough time to go prioritize themselves and work on themselves, work out, eat clean, etc., right? Like, guys, I was working 40 hours a week, Monday through Friday, waking up at 2:45 in the morning, still getting 6 to 8 hours of sleep, working out in the morning before work, and then hitting the cold shower, meal prepping, going to work, and meal prepping at work and eating 100% clean. I was the only person at my job eating 100% clean at my warehouse. All the other people were, if I'm being honest, bums, Jeffries, losers, right? They're jokes, bro, because of 9 to 5 rat race, right? I was the only person at my job meal prepping and eating 100% clean at work. I was eating ground beef, eggs, rice, sardines, fruits, and like some homemade stuff, right? It's the only person eating 100% clean. Like, bro, that's how bad do you guys want your physique, the transformation, you know, to be jacked, to be shredded, to be six pack abs, lean, losing the fat, right? How bad do you guys want your goals? Because if you really wanted your goals, you would show up on the days you didn't feel like doing it. You would show up every single day if you really wanted that physique, really wanted that transformation. See, I don't rely on motivation, guys. I rely on discipline that I built up of consistently doing this stuff every single day, whether I feel like it or I don't. I'm going to show up regardless. I don't care how I feel. I'm going to show up. Like, guys, I was showing up when I was working at warehouse job for almost a year or around a year, right? I was waking up every single day at 2:45 a.m. in the morning, working out before work, doing my entire workout before work, guys. Like, guys, and bro, I felt like freaking Batman when I was doing that, bro. Waking up at 2:45, bro. You know how early that is, bro? That's literally when people are still up before they go to sleep, or people going to sleep, bro. Like, that's crazy. It's crazy, but it's fire because it built that discipline. It built that self improvement, what I needed, and the discipline stage, self improvement stage. Like, guys, waking up at 2:45 a.m., doing my whole stretching routine, hydration, right, grounding, and then I'd go ground walk on the farm to work out, hit my workout, right, every single day. Monday through Friday was doing that every single day. Meal prepping at work, eating 100% clean. And then after work, you know what I would do? I would make content, post videos on my online brand every single day. I would cold plunge in the creek, and then I would go hoop, basketball, cardio, eat 100% clean again with dinner, and boom, boom, boom. Get the steps in, all that stuff, right? Like, I'll do all this stuff while working a 40-hour job. Like, there's no excuses not to get jacked, shredded, lean, lose the body fat, eat 100% clean, work out, prioritize yourself, self improvement. There's no excuses. I was working 40 hours a week, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like, there's no excuses. And then, same thing, guys. When I was at LA Fitness, I was a personal training director, fitness director at LA Fitness for 5 months, right? Guys, my job, okay, so I was at the gym, right, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and then Friday was 9 a.m. to 7, and then Saturday was 9 to 1. So I was working 6 days a week, almost 50 hours a week. It was like 46 hours and 25 minutes. So almost 50 hours a week. I was working 6 days a week, almost 50 hours a week at LA Fitness, right? I was still working out. I was still meal prepping. I was still cold plunging. I was still getting the steps in. I was still making content, posting videos from my online brand, meal prepping. Like, guys, I was doing all of this, eating 100% clean. And this is when I had my shoulder injury too, when it got re-aggravated, right? And I missed like doing upper body workouts for like around 2 months because my shoulder was so messed up. I had to literally take multiple months and weeks off. I couldn't lift anything upper body, and I was still doing what I could do. I was doing leg workouts 3 times a week. I was doing abs almost every single day. I was meal prepping every single day, animal based diet, beef, eggs, rice, sardines, fruits, extra homemade stuff, right? I was meal prepping. I was eating 100% clean. Only person at my job meal prepping, eating 100% clean. Doing my workouts that I could do. I was cold plunging in the river, in the creek every single day. I was getting the steps in. I was getting the steps in at work on my break, looking like a probably weirdo walking around the parking lot like every single day. Literally, I'll be walking around the parking lot getting steps in between on my break or in between at work. Like, bro, probably looking like a weirdo, but I don't care. I don't care what people think of me. I was getting my steps in, bro. I don't care. And I was eating, bro, like, guys. And this is when I had my shoulder injury. When I had that shoulder injury, y'all, I lost so much muscle mass. I lost my upper body physique. I felt insecure, felt low confidence, low testosterone. I lost muscle mass because of my left shoulder injury, right? But I was still showing up to work every single day, and I was still putting the work in. I was still meal prepping, eating 100% clean. I was still doing the workouts that I could do: abs, legs, right? Getting the steps in, cold plunging, eating 100% clean when I got home as well. Making videos, posting on my online brand, YouTube, TikTok, IG, etc. All this stuff, self-improvement, everything. I was still doing all these things. Y'all, there is no excuses to not work out daily, eat 100% clean every day, self-improvement, prioritize and work on yourself. Bro, there's no excuses. I worked at a warehouse job, working 40 hours a week, did all that stuff. I worked at LA Fitness, working almost 50 hours a week, 6 days a week, did all that stuff while injured. There's no excuses. It all comes down to your identity and your mindset and how bad do you want it. See, I wanted my goals. I wanted to consistently do this every single day, routine, because I've done this every single day at a young age. I'm 22 years old, just turned 22 in January 19th, right? I've been doing this since I was like 17, right? So I've been doing this every single day. It's a consistently progression thing of doing these things, the hard things, working out, eating clean, etc. at a young age. And I've been doing it every single day. I've consistently built the discipline by doing it every single day. Whether I feel like it or don't, I'm going to show up regardless because I built this method, this system for me to works that I show up every single day regardless. There's no excuses. Yo, you got to prioritize yourself and stop prioritizing other people. Like, you need to start saying no and prioritizing yourself and actually putting the work in, bro. Because if you want to see your goals, you got to prioritize yourself and go all in on your goals, bro. That's how you're going to get the physique, the transformation, and all that stuff, bro. Yeah, guys, just wanted to hop on here and just share some wisdom real quick of my stories when I was working 40 hours a week, 6 days a week, 50 hours a week, etc., right? Like, come on, bro. It all comes down to your mindset, bro. Like, even in my other jobs, when I was working at this other stalker job for like a month-ish, it was like crazy hours. It was only because I was getting paid like $30 an hour. But it was like 7 p.m. to like, who knows, 12, 1, 2, etc., right? And I was still doing everything then. The shift was all messed up. It was messing my sleep. I was still doing all my stuff I'm doing now and then. Same with my other warehouse job when it was part-time, when it was like 25 hours a week, 5 days a week, 7 p.m. to 12, whatever, right? I was still showing up every single day. I was standing out every single day. Self-improvement, y'all. Guys, prioritize yourself. Bro, y'all, you guys have no excuses not to be eating 100% clean and working out. Self-improvement, prioritize yourself, working on yourself because you're working a 9-to-5 job, because you're working this job. There's no excuses. I've done that, and this should show you have no excuses and to do this stuff regardless of your situation, bro. I was working 40 hours a week, 5 days a week. I was working 50 hours a week, 6 days a week. Bro, no excuses. I was still doing all those steps. Eating clean, working out, cold plunging, meal prepping, making content, posting videos, self-improvement, working on myself, all this stuff. Fitness, nutrition, health, self-improvement, gym stuff. I was doing all this stuff, y'all. There's no excuses, y'all. It just comes down to how bad do you want your goals and how bad do you want it. It starts in your mind, y'all. Anyways, chat, I hope you like this video. It's just me talking raw talk about personal stories. what I've gone through at my works and how I still stayed consistent every single day. Anyways, I hope you like this video. Share this video with your friends and your family. Comment what's up. Subscribe to the channel. Put the notifications on so you don't miss a video, short, reel, live, etc. And y'all, I do one-on-one online fitness coaching. And if you're interested in my online fitness coaching, I'll drop my Calendly link where you can book a free one-on-one call with me and see if you're a good fit. Drop my IG and my TikTok in the bio as well. But anyways, I hope you like this video, and I hope y'all stay blessed.